Hello and welcome to Rose Tarot and Astrology. My name is Jennifer Rose and happy full moon in Cancer. I'm currently outside right now. I felt it was fitting to do this spell outside in the snow, and I hope that you agree. So, with that said, there will be some normal environmental neighborhood kind of interruptions, and I appreciate you being patient with me about that. So, I'm going to start preparing here, lighting some candles, and doing a little talking, okay? Right now, as I prepare this and start this spell, I would like for you to get in a place where you can just take a few deep breaths. And if you're able to, close your eyes and take a few deep breaths and make sure you feel your feet on the ground and your your body sitting or standing wherever you're at right now, and just relax. Okay. There's nothing better than a few deep cleansing breaths. I'll leave that as it wants to lay. Lighting the sage so I can cleanse, and then we will call on the ancestors. Again, if you're just joining us, my name is Jennifer Rose, and this is Rose Tarot and Astrology channel. I am curating a full moon in Cancer spell for you tonight, wherever you may be. Under this full moon in Cancer, we call upon the wisdom of our ancestors, especially the mothers who came before us. We honor their love, we honor their strength and their guidance. With gratitude, we invite them to stand by us now, overseeing this spell and offering their protection and nurturing energy. May their presence bless our intentions and guide us toward healing and growth. So it is. Today, under the full moon in Cancer, we gather our hearts and minds, casting light into the shadows of hardship. We think of those affected by the wildfires in California, the homes lost, the people displaced, the animals displaced. Let the candles we light, this evening serve as beacons of hope, guiding them through the darkness. We hold space for healing and restoration, knowing that even in the fiercest storms, there is always light. There is always light. May this light remind us that home is not just a place, but a feeling, a sense of belonging, safety, and love. Under the nurturing Cancer moon, we reflect on many ways home lives within us and all around us. May those who suffer find comfort and strength. Let the healing energy of this full moon bring peace to those displaced, and may the bonds of home in all its forms be restored. We ask for the protection of all beings and the renewal of hope and love tonight and always. Blessed be. Oh, yes. That flame wanted to go out and rose again. Here we go. Today, under the full moon in Cancer, we are invited to dive deep into our emotional waters. It is a time of heightening sensitivity where our intuition is strong and our need for security and comfort may be at an all-time high. So right now, I would just like to offer you a few words of guidance to get through these times, these emotional times. I'm not really well versed in astrology, but there's a lot of push and pull right now with our emotions. There's a lot of endings and beginnings. There's a lot of talk of what home is to us, what it feels like to be home, what home looks like. And it's asking us to retreat back into our shells and to protect it with all costs. Protect it with hoses, protect it with energy, protect it with our work and our love. Home is where our heart is, right? So during this full moon, I ask you to please honor your emotions. This is a particularly strong full moon because the moon rules the sign of Cancer. So this is a great time to reflect on, your emotional world. And so if you find yourself feeling overwhelmed, just take some space to process your feelings and let them flow instead of suppressing them. This time, let them flow, let them come out. Journaling would be a really great way to express these emotions. If you don't have anyone you feel like you trust that you can talk to. Make sure that you're nurturing yourself as you nurture others. If that means for you that you create a really comforting environment. Oh. So long, geese. I hope you get to where you're going. So right now is a good time to focus on self-care and, you're caring for others that you're already doing. Create yourself a comforting environment. And if that means cooking your favorite meal and getting cozy up on the couch with those that you love, or just by yourself and eating something, indulgent, that's great. But also remember, don't go overboard with it, okay? So, in moderation, as always. But right now, we're trying to let out and start anew. And I believe that we're looking really to the last year. This is the very beginning, the very first moon, the wolf moon. And I believe that we're reflecting on the whole last year, our places in the world, our places in our home, who we want to be and who we are. Some of us are just, going through a lot of transformation. And right now, with the full moon, it's illuminating everything that's hidden from us, and it's asking us to look at our emotional foundations. And when I built this altar, I built this on a tilt, and this is a bowl, which felt impossible to be able to pile some things in here. But with a good supportive base, with a good support network, I believe that anything is possible, and these networks will help you embrace your transformation. It's a great time to release old emotional baggage or patterns that no longer serve us. So, if at night you're laying around and you're thinking, oh, I really need to do this, I really need to do that, it's something that you want to stop and quit doing, this is a really good time to take stock of that and think about once and for all actually doing that thing for yourself. Okay? And it's really just a time for letting go of all of those things that you don't have any control over, and allowing yourself to just kind of make a space so you can heal. Um, you know, a lot of us aren't exactly in tune with our emotions, and it's really great that this shadowy time comes about, and the shadow comes and the moon illuminates everything and brings us back out of the shadow, and then we can retreat back in to our shells. So just know that there's plenty of support for you within the universe and a lot of protection. You are divinely protected. Most importantly, trust your intuition. A Cancer's energy strongly connects with, our inner wisdom, our inner psychic wisdom, and it's asking us to find clarity about matters that are about our home, whatever that means to you. Some people, again, home is in a person, home is in a place, or etc., a geographical location. So, you might find clarity about things that you lose or things that you gain, and realize what it is that's kind of holding you back or weighing you down. And, I haven't done this myself, and this is night 1 of 3 for our live spell. And I'm going to be doing some different things here. So I hope that you'll hang out with me for the next couple of days. And I just want to say that this is the time to rest, reflect, release. Rest, reflect, release. Rest, reflect, release. And use this to, help you in your emotional well-being, and, understand your deeper connections with everything and everyone, including yourself. So, if you find yourself feeling any kind of particular way right now, as far as emotions are going, it would be a really great idea for you to take a bath. Just a simple bath, light some candles, light some incense, what have you. And understand that these emotions, once they're felt, they really, once they're felt, and once they're recognized, it already transforms. It already transforms everything once you even recognize these things, okay? So please take time out for yourself, your mental and physical well-being. And know that you have all the support within yourself within your community, and trust your intuition in your next steps, in these next new steps. I love a full moon because for me it's endings and beginnings, endings and beginnings. And so what I was going to say is I will be writing down some things that I'm going to release, and I will be burning those. So if you'd like to do those for yourself tonight, write down those things that you want to release, that you want to get rid of, those things that you're hanging on to emotionally, those people that you're holding on to emotionally. Like, just get rid of them. Write it down, put an intention, and then put it in some flames. Transform it as best you can. Thank you so much for tuning into my spell. And I find a lot of comfort here, as I know a lot of people are, struggling with emotions like how am I feeling this way and why am I feeling this way? And I think as the sun sets and the moon rises, we'll understand a little bit more about ourselves if we're willing to, completely go for it. And now is the time to completely go for it. Like, completely trust yourself and your intuition. And I promise it's going to guide you into something that you never even imagined, in the good ways. It will guide you to something you've never even imagined. But the most important part here is about self-love and finding your inner peace, even with all of these emotions bubbling up, and even with dealing with other people's emotions sometimes. The best thing and the only thing that we can do is control ourselves, right? So this has been an icy start to the winter for some of us, okay? And some of us are trying to figure out why we're so icy with ourselves, why we're so difficult with ourselves, and why we have, possibly difficult relationships with things. And the full moon and this Cancer full moon is a really great time to just let go of those things. Just let them go, let them pass, let bygones be bygones. With yourself, like, start with yourself. That's the most important part here. Thank you for being patient. I live in a very, very active neighborhood, and I'm so blessed and thankful for my community and the community that surrounds me. And I want to let you know that I've chosen this area here outside because it's our compost. And I love that the snow is adding some nitrogen to our soil. And I'm looking forward to the spring. Every day we get more light coming in. And I wanted to light all these candles because I think it's important to remind you that there's always light around you. And even in your darkest of times, there are people like me out here really pulling for you. I don't have to know you to love you or want you to have the things that you need and to feel good and have a good life. I can say honestly that I'm here for you, always holding space. And I understand what it's like to be in the complete darkness, but I also know how to follow that pinpoint of light. And so every time that I set an intention here or a spell, or anytime I do anything on this channel, I'm thinking of all of you out there. I'm really sending you love and light and peace. And yeah, the light is really important. Light a candle. You wear your heart on your sleeve. I know it. It feels like we're sleeveless right now, that everything is very raw. That's the greatest feeling for transformation. Rest, reflect, release. Rest, reflect, release. I'm going to leave this spell running for a few more minutes. I'm not going to say much more. I do want you to recite over and over again, rest, reflect, and release. Rest, reflect, release. Rest, reflect, release. It's okay to take time out for yourself. Rest, reflect, release. May you find clarity about matters related to home, family, and your personal well-being. Take this energy with the full moon in Cancer. Think about where you come from, your ancestors, and think about how you're breaking that curse. Whatever curse it is, it's time to break it. It's time to let go of it. It's time to not let it have control over your life anymore. Rest, reflect, and release. Rest, reflect, release. That's our wake-up call. I feel led to read this one more time. Today, under the full moon in Cancer, we gather our hearts and minds, casting light in the shadows of hardship. We think of those affected by the wildfires in California, the homes lost, the people and animals displaced. Let these candles we light this evening serve as beacons of hope, guiding them through the darkness. We hold space for healing and restoration, knowing that even in the fiercest storms, there is always light. May this light remind us that home is not just a place, but a feeling, a sense of belonging, safety, and love. Under this nurturing Cancer moon, we reflect on many ways homes live within us and all around us. May those who suffer find comfort and strength. Let the healing energy of this full moon bring peace to those displaced, and may the bonds of home in all its forms be restored. We ask for the protection of all beings and the renewal of hope and love tonight and always. Blessed be. Rest, reflect, release. Thank you, everyone. I will see you again tomorrow at the same time, 4:27 p.m. Central Standard Time. Rest, reflect, release. Let that light in. Let the light in.